I think I might be the first person to have the T1 Trump phone. And this is real, but I want to explain a few things before I walk you through this phone. First off, why am I doing this? So I'm a correspondent at NBC News, and I cover business and tech. And we've been following a lot of the president's business ventures, including those of his family and those of his sons. So Don Jr. and Eric, in June last year, announced Trump Mobile.
Today, we're here to introduce Trump Mobile.
But then alongside that, they said they'd be selling a hardware, a handset called the T1 Mobile. It was going to be gold. It was going to have the American flag on the back. It was going to be made in the U.S. And so we, as a test, we decided, all right, let's put $100 for that deposit down. The phone's $499, and we'll see if this phone ever exists. And August came and went. September came and went. It was supposed to be promised by then. October, November, December, nothing. I should point out, even when we put the $100 deposit down, I got a fraud alert from my company saying, is this a charge you really want to go through? And we were like, yes, we want to see this through. January, they said, we don't have anything for you, maybe by the end of the quarter. And then April, we still have nothing. And so we did a report last week for NBC News Now, where we reported that the phone still has no signs of existence. Here we are in May of 2026, and there appears to be no sign of it. There were some FCC documents. The Verge has done some really good reporting on this. It didn't look like it existed. And then the day after that report, I get a phone call from someone that says they're working with Trump Mobile, and they said, hey, we're sending out phones to the press. You're going to get one.
Oh, okay, here it is. Here is the long-awaited Trump Mobile phone.
The phone is taller than an iPhone 17 and comes with 512 gigabytes of storage at a relatively cheap $499.
6.78-inch screen, wraps around the sides, gold back. It's got 3 cameras, 48 megapixels in the main camera. There's an American flag on the bottom. Only 11 stripes, which has been catching a lot of attention on social media, but a charitable reading would be that the 13th stripe is the Trump Mobile. Regardless, it runs on Android, and it's pretty standard. I mean, playing around with it all day. I made phone calls, I made text messages with an active SIM card that Trump Mobile provided me. Out of the box, you would need to provide your own SIM card, but it seems to be working fine. And all the apps on here are pretty standard in a Google phone. You'll see the Google Suite, but you'll also see that it comes preloaded with Trump's Truth Social. That's his social media platform. But outside of that, this is a fully functional phone. I mean, it feels pretty all right. It's a little bit bigger than your standard iPhone. This is an iPhone 11 here. We think this is a repackaged phone of some other sort. Because again, they said it was going to be made in the USA. There are FTC implications behind that. You cannot say that something is made in the USA if most of its parts do not come from the USA. You will not see a mention of made in the USA on the website anymore. In fact, even on the box, the only thing you will see is proudly assembled in the USA, which also has FTC implications, but it just means that as long as it is substantially transformed in the US, even if it uses parts from abroad, it could still be billed as assembled in the US, not made in the US. That might be a workaround, but that kind of reinforces that this phone is probably a repackaged version of something else. There was reporting out there maybe it was a Chinese phone, but the folks that I spoke to said this is probably an HTC U24 Pro.
Looks very similar. It has a very distinct shape.
Yeah, that does look really similar. Almost identical so far.
We're not set up for a mid-range, kind of mid-budget phone to be made in that way here in the United States. If I had to put money on it, I would say that's the HTC U24 Pro.
So it's possible. HTC did not respond to our request for comment. Trump Mobile did not respond to our request about where this came from. If it is a repackaged phone, how many pre-orders were actually put in for this thing, we don't know. But what we do know is that the Trump T1 phone does exist. It looks like this. It's not made in the US. Again, it's not an American phone. The person I spoke to said that it's as American as a Taiwanese phone, but with an American flag with 11 stripes on the back.
Well, it seems like the phone finally arrived. And you know what phone I'm talking about? I'm talking about the Trump phone, the T1 phone. It seems like in June, they were talking about they were going to release the Donald Trump mobile phone, the T1. This phone has been getting talked about for a long time. I didn't know that people was just waiting on his phone. So The phone is finally here. And then a lot of people are saying that it really wasn't what they expected. And some people say that the phone is perfectly fine. And then it's crazy because I just didn't know how anticipated this phone was. You know, some people believe that the phone wasn't real because they was talking about releasing it last June. And here we are, almost a year later, they finally come out with the phone. And the things that just seems different to me and other people, a lot of people believe that they just put this phone together because people kept asking for the phone. And like how he was saying, he did a news coverage about the phone saying that he don't think it exists. And then all of a sudden, as soon as he drops that video, because he works for a big network and he does news coverage, right? All of a sudden he gets a phone call saying that the phone is finally here. And then when he gets the phone, he think the phone just some put together phone. He like, nah, they had to rest this phone. This phone was put together. I don't believe this really the real phone. And then he was saying like, it's basically an Android. Some people like Androids. Some people like iPhones. So let me know, like, did you look forward to getting this Trump phone? And people really were losing their minds over this phone. And it's just sad out there because there's a lot of things that's going on in this world. And we're trying to get grocery prices in control and gas prices in control. Now here come a new phone. And then I heard the phone is like $400. And I know this gonna sound odd though. This may sound a little different. But why couldn't the phone be free? That's all I want to know. Due to the cost of living, I don't think a lot of people can afford this phone. You know? Too much going on. And then some people are saying this could be a possible data breach and things like that. Some people enjoy the phone. Some people don't enjoy the phone. I'm just reviewing the phone. And I want to know, was y'all looking forward to getting y'all a Trump phone? Or do y'all care for the Trump phone? Or y'all never planned on purchasing the Trump phone? Because it's just crazy out here. Like, who would have thought? And then I was watching Penguin the other day, and he was talking about his Trump phone, how he was calling customer service. At first, it seemed like he really wasn't getting nowhere. And a lot of people was doubting his phone coming. And it's just crazy. They really got a Trump phone out there. I want to know what's y'all experience with the Trump phone. If y'all got it, let us know. I want to know y'all thoughts on that. Do y'all think they should have came out with something else? Or do y'all think coming out with a phone at this time is perfect? I think it's other things to worry about, but that's here nor there. I want to know y'all opinion. And let me know how y'all feel in the comments. See y'all in a minute.